I'm here with Hannah Cockcroft, the Disability Sportswoman of the Year for 2017. Now, Hannah, 2 goals in London 2012, 3 goals this year in London. Going into those games, did you ever think that it would never be as good as London 2012 again? Was that a fear?
Yeah, I think it was kind of a hope of all the athletes that we could go back and just being back in that stadium, once we'd experienced it in 2012, we'd never experienced anything like it again until we went back this year. There is nothing like British support. It really is the fans that fill that stadium that make it what it is. And, if we could take them all over the world with us, that would be fab. But we did just want it to be our second go at London 2012, especially me. I went into London 2012 and it was my first games. I did not know what to expect. So I kind of went in and just put my head down and worked, and I just got on with it. And I don't have any massive memories from it. So going into London 2017, going in this year, that's the one thing that I wanted to make right. That's the one thing that I wanted to correct. I wanted some good memories, and I definitely got them.
I'm sure a lot of your montages today had you crossing the finish line in glory in a packed stadium, but what we don't see is like the hard work and sacrifice that you have to make all through the year. So looking at that award now, what are the things that stick in your mind that perhaps we don't know about?
I think to me, this award, it means quite a lot. In London this year for the World Champs, I actually got quite ill. And it's so frustrating when you get on that start line and you know that you've got something amazing inside you, but your body's just not, it's just not there yet. It's not ready to go at the time that you need it to be. So it was quite a frustrating championships for me. So it kind of shows that even through that, the hard work was worth it, because I could still switch on the engines. Even though my body didn't feel ready, I could still just switch on to overdrive and make myself get on with it, even though it made me feel like rubbish afterwards. And it just shows that, the past couple of years have been quite hard for me. They've been difficult. I've lost a lot of motivation. I really struggled kind of going out, especially, Doha 2015, the World Championships. There was probably like 20 people in the audience. And it's so hard to inspire yourself after that to go out and put the same hours in and the same work. So going into London, it just shows that actually the time that we did put in afterwards was so worth it, because you get the recognition at the end. And I think this is just a little bit more motivation now to go into next year. It's just quite a quiet year for me, but to show that, it's still worth it. We've still got an end goal. Tokyo is now 3 years away, less than 3 years away, and I've got a lot of work to do.
You talked tonight a lot about inspiring others, but the good thing about nights like this is you mix with sportswomen from other disciplines. So who in particular inspired you growing up, and particularly I'm thinking of Tanya Thompson is here tonight, whose husband helped you. Could you just tell us a bit how he helped you?
Yeah, so Ian was the first ever person I met in wheelchair racing. Ian put me in my first race in wheelchair, even though I didn't want to go in it. And Ian and Tanny were my first coaches. They coached me for the first year of my career. So I have a lot to thank them for where I am now. Outside of them, I think one of my games coaches was Chantal Petitclerc for London 2012. She's the most successful female Paralympian ever. She won 14 Paralympic gold medals, and for me she's always been a massive inspiration. But I think growing up, it was people like my parents. My parents really kind of just helped me do whatever I wanted to do. I meet so many people now who just wrap their children up in bubble wrap and don't let them go out and just explore the opportunities in the world around them. And my parents kind of let me do that. So I think for me, they were always my biggest inspirations and the reasons why I do what I do today.